over the last few weeks, my car has been up and down the country testing as many parts as possible because we're going to make the most products we can for the F70 M135.
That's right, it's been down to the guys at Eventuri to have a full development intake, which looks really good even in the plastic, but it's going to sound so much better once it's on the car. It's then been up to the guys at IBAC.
Yep, IBAC.
And it's also been all the way up to Derby to the guys at Milltek. So let's have a little look around.
We're also going to be fitting some new styling parts on the car. So before we get into that, I'm going to take you around and show you a little bit about what we've been doing.
Right, Sam, pop the bonnet. Let's have a look under the bonnet. This has gone well. So it's actually the first time I've seen a 3D printed Eventuri intake, and to be fair, the plastic's very soft for a 3D printed part, but it's cool to see the development process.
Yeah, they've put a lot of work into this just because they thought it was going to be very similar to the F70 M135, and it is fairly similar, but they kind of had to re-engineer the whole thing, so that's why it's taken a little bit longer than what it usually does. But yeah, obviously we've got it on the car now, so hopefully we should be getting the new one through within the next weeks or months coming. Obviously this isn't how it's actually going to look once it's on the car. This is just the 3D printed molds, and then once they've got all the proper molds ready for the carbon version, this will be in a nice glossy or matte finish to match this. So in the first video we done with this car, we actually fitted the F40 M135 I-springs onto this car. Now, they do actually fit quite nicely. On the back, they fit perfectly. So we're actually gonna keep them the same, but we're actually making a whole new spring for the new F70, just because there's quite a big gap here and it just doesn't match the back end. So we're gonna be making our own AUTOID IBAC kit, which will come in maybe a nice AUTOID blue. We haven't decided that yet. So because we've actually got the car, it makes developing these parts a lot easier. So where I've actually been driving on the car, the spring rate is at a very comfortable level. So we're gonna keep them exactly the same and then literally just change the height. So it makes this whole product a lot better. Now the last big project is a Milltek exhaust system. Now it has been at Derby for about a week now. We obviously got it back now, but I'm gonna show you a little bit around it and what they've sort of done in the process.
So car is up on the ramp and you can now see the system that this car has got on it, and it is a GPF back. So we've got a big fat GPF OPF here. What's interesting about this is that there's no sensors at either end. So it could be that if you're tracking the car and you wanted to take the OPFs out so it runs better on track or whatever it might be, off-road use, it should be quite an easy change and require no coding and stuff, so that's quite cool to see. As we go further back, you can see the cut point here, and these will be on essentially like the OEM cut points. If you were going to have like an OEM aftermarket, like an M Performance back box, that is also where they would be cut. And then round the back here we have the Milltek back box. Now this is all subject to change because this is a development system, but the one thing I will say is we were discussing with Milltek about doing a single exit conversion rather than having the quad tips, but now that this is on the car with these Cerakote black tips, it actually looks really good. Like, I probably wouldn't go for the single tips now. So as you're retaining the OPFs, this is going to be a fully legal road system. So that is exactly what you want if you're going to be using this car on a lease or a PCP, and we want to make sure that the car remains roadworthy.
So you've seen the prototype products that we're working on. Now today we're going to get some other items. So we've got the genuine M Performance front splitter, which comes in like a gloss black finish. It's made of ABS plastic. We think it should be quite easy to fit because it's all OEM mounting hardware. And then we've got the side skirts that go with it. Again, in this gloss black finish, ABS plastic. They've got a nice, quite aggressive winglet design that we've kind of adopted on some of our products before. as also shown on the front splitter. And then we've also got the new IPPS film protection kit. Now IPPS believe this is the same as the ID8 kit, I believe. So we're going to test that today. Hopefully that goes on and then we can get that on the store ready to buy straight away.
So now we're going to be installing the M Performance splitter and side skirts, and I thought I'd give you guys a little tutorial and show you guys how to fit it. So we'll get started by showing you guys the tools you need. Clip popper, I'm not sure of the exact name for this tool here, and an 8mm socket. I've got it on a little impact, so it's going to make things a little bit quicker, but these are the only things you need to install the M Performance splitter and the M Performance side skirts on the F70 M135. So to get started, you want to get the car up in the air on a jack or on a ramp like I have, and then you want to remove the 8mm bolt, which is placed just here, and these pop clips. So here's one of the sides of the M Performance splitter, and as you can see, it's got the OEM mounting port. It's also got like a crevice which is built into it. That is for bonding, but we're not going to be installing bonding. The correct way of actually installing it would be to put bonding in, hold it against the car, let it set, and then this piece is on for life, essentially. But we're going to be changing this splitter within about 2 months' time, so I'm not going to be bonding it today. I'm going to be using 3M tape. 3M tape is going to be plenty strong enough for the use of what we're going to be using it for, and most cars on the road, to be honest. And the nice thing about doing it with 3M tape means that it's fully reversible when you want to take it off. But if you are installing this and you want it to be solid and as strong as possible, I would suggest doing the bonding and running a bead of bonding just along that crevice. But for today's video, as I said, we're just going to run a little bit of 3M tape across that. So now we've got the splitter all prepped up with a bit of 3M tape ready to be installed to the car. So I'm going to work on getting a little bit of that peeled back and stuck on the car and fitted with the OEM mounting points. Butt that into place and peel back the 3M tape. And that's holding it up there pretty good, to be fair. Now it's time to get the centerpiece on. Just going to peel back a little bit, fold it over itself. Get that piece lined up. Before I butt this side up, I'm going to do the other corner side, otherwise I'm not going to be able to get this on, so I'm going to do that quick. I'm going to get everything all 3M'd and put into place. Now all I've got to do is put the pop clips in and it's all fitted. So now we're going to be installing the side skirts. The side skirts are a nice easy one as well. Essentially you've got a load of pop clips like this which run across the whole side skirt. You want to use a little pin tool to pop the inner part of the clip in, and then you can just pop that out. Do that along the whole side, and then this is all clipped together with some inner clips, so you'll be able to get a little bit of leeway on it, and that whole black piece should just pop off. Well, once you've popped them in, all you literally need to do is unhook the pop clip like so and work your way across the rest of them. Once you've popped them clips out, you can literally work your way along the side skirt, and you're going to be breaking away these clips here. So work your way across, giving it a nice even force, and you'll be able to get the skirt off. That side skirt is now off. Now you want to grab your new side skirt and literally just clip it in, push it straight in and pop them pop clips back in. This bit requires a fair bit of force. Now that's all clipped in. You know it's all clipped in properly when it all sits flush. Now we've just got to pop them pop clips back in underneath it. Once you've popped all them pop clips back in, literally repeat the exact same process on the other side skirt.
So obviously now Nathan's got the IPPS screen fitted onto the iDrive 9 display. Obviously it's got like this sort of matty sort of finish, which makes it look a little bit like you're on your phone or something. So yeah, it looks really good though, and it's quite nice as well because it stops the glare when it's in the sun, and yeah, it just gives it this kind of overall nice matte finish. And if there's ever them times when maybe your girlfriend just taps the screen with her nail, it just keeps it nice and protected for you. Also the main kind of benefit of this as well is when you are using the screen quite a lot, you'll tend to see quite a few fingerprints on the screen, so it just keeps that away from it, and you can just rub it straight off. And if you've got a fresh, nice new car, it's probably quite a nice little thing to have just to stop any sort of scratches and all that sort of thing. As you'll see now as well, we've also got the front splitter fitted. This is the 3-piece splitter that I showed you at the start. Obviously it's got that nice winglet design, and then that follows all the way around the side of the car as well. I do think with the M Performance lip, they could have probably done with putting a little bit more here, because it doesn't add too much on the front, but on the side bits I think it really makes a massive difference. And then obviously as well, got the side skirts that Nathan fitted for me, which is very nice of him. Again, follows this same winglet all the way around, and it actually goes all the way around to the rear of the car as well, which I didn't notice before. But yeah, obviously this is temporary because we are making our own kit, but I needed to put something on there for now because I can't be driving around with an AUTOID car with completely stock. So yeah, we've got them on there, and then yeah, there'll be more stuff coming soon with the design of the kit. Thank you guys for watching the video. Obviously the car's starting to take a little bit of form now. We've got a few little things all around the car that just makes a little bit of difference, and it just makes it feel a little bit more like an AUTOID car. So yeah, thank you for watching. Obviously we've got so much planned for this car. We'll be doing a complete build for it, and yeah, we'll obviously take you guys along the journey the whole time. Lastly, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing.